another exciting night of stock car racing. Here we are with our late model dash on the pole. 58, Kenny Stevens. 55, Joe 9. 5, Doc Dixon. And 7, Rick Rohr. Top qualifier of the evening. Joe 9. Qualifying in his second position. Third position. Taking over the lead of the race. Joe 9 trying to make a clean sweep tonight, I think. Rich Rohr, number 7, running real strong tonight, Chris. Might see Rich in the feature.
Well, I think they've made a few more adjustments on the car. They set a new track record again tonight. And if he keeps it together and he lasts the whole race, I think him and Joe 9 will have one heck of a battle tonight.
Rich is going real strong into the turns. Car sticking real well. I think that's what he's trying to find out right now. White flag, 1 lap to go. Here in our late model dash.
Kenny Stevens in our dash again this week, Mike. Doing an outstanding job so far this season.
This makes 3 weeks in a row for Kenny in the helmet dash. Joe 9, the winner of our late model dash.
This edition of Midvale Speedway Racing on TV2 is brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison, Farmer Smith's, Beitner Tires, United Banks, Malkett Speed Shop, Hill Ford, Haas Body Shop, Brightwood Motors, Speedy Auto, and Ohio Industrial Supply. And Mike, starting out the evening again, none other than Joe 9.
Joe, I think he's going to try to make a clean sweep tonight, taking the helmet dash. So while we're waiting for our first heat, which will be the slow heat in our late model division, we'll take a short break and a message from our sponsors.
Farmer Smith's Market on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia has been supplying Countians with the best in fresh fruits and vegetables for 50 years. Farmer Smith's features over 50 varieties of cheeses, 15 lunch meats, Amish baked goods, as well as potting plants for your springtime pleasure. Cheese and meat plates, also a specialty. And while you're in the market filling your basket with fresh fruits and vegetables, take your car next door to Farmer Smith's Fuel Depot, where you'll find the best in gasoline and oil products for your car. One-stop shopping for your fruits, vegetables, cheese, and meats is Farmer Smith's Market on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop by today.
Strong banking tradition for many years stands behind the First National Bank of Denison. And through the years, service has always come first. The First National Bank of Denison features free checking account service to all Golden Agers and to all accounts maintained at $100 or more. And as a full-service bank, the First National Bank can help you with your savings, tailor-make installment loans, or outline savings certificates of deposit programs. Through their drive-in and lobby, you can bank on tradition at the First National Bank on Grant Street in Denison. Open 8:30 to 5 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday, 8:30 to noon. Member FDIC.
Beitner Tire at 120 North Worcester Avenue in Dover has out-of-this-world values on famous...
Welcome back to Midvale Speedway for our first heat of late models.
We had 2 scratches in this race, Mike. We should have had 7 cars. 2 of them have mechanical difficulty, so only 5 cars in this race. We had a total of 23 late models turn out tonight, so the guys are starting to get them together and they're getting out here to run. We should have some fine racing out here. Might also want to mention also to our listening audience here, our viewing audience, we only are showing the preliminary events here on TV2. This is just a small taste of what kind of racing we have here. Our feature events are usually something else to be seen. The racing action's always close, so the fans out there might want to come out to the races and enjoy some of the extracurricular activities we have here. Like tonight, we're having our roller skating race at intermission, and we have big wheels for kids and kiddies night where they get a ride in the car. So there's always something for the people to see here at Midvale Speedway.
Like the old saying goes, Chris, there's nothing like being there. 52, Randy Gray, our leader in our first late model heat. Randy doing an excellent job so far this year. Chris, he won a checkered flag last week. Doing a good job in this race. Everybody's getting to feel the cars now, I think. Got 23 late models here this week. The weather's getting better. We're ready to go.
Well, number 77 out here, I think, Mike, once the Bear Schwartz, once he gets the bugs worked out of this car, it can be a contender. That was the car owned last year by Ed Nelson. I think that car can handle, so when Bear gets the bugs worked out, he might give him a shot.
It'll be a top contender, I think, too, Chris. Just getting to feel the car this race. We might see something out of him yet tonight. 52, Randy Gray, still the leader. White flag, 1 lap to go. Checkered flag. Our first team
87, Don Hawthorne going to hold on for second. 86, Bob Seward is third. And Dave King back into the racing action again, Mike. He stepped in from our spectator stock division last year.
This is Dave's first night out.
So while Randy Gray goes to pick up his trophy here, we'll break for a word from our sponsors. We're back with our second late model heat. On the pole, 84, Rick Schweitzer. 28, Roger Leinert. 17, Bob Shepner. 44, Kenny Vickers. 211, Jack Peters. 85, Terry Kaler. And 05, brand new car out tonight, Mike, Dave Gillen, a veteran racing driver here at Midvale Speedway. He drove back in the early 60s when I remember coming up here as a kid. And Dave's really got this car looking nice.
Got the green. Roger Leinert, number 28, trying to take over the lead. Rich Schweitzer. Right, Chris, 05 looks real good. We'll be seeing something out of Dave Gillen. You can be assured of that. Real strong runner in the past years. 17, Bobby Shepner. I think this is his first night out this year.
If you remember, Mike, the last time that 05 car was on the track, it was painted number 1 when Rich Pica put it over the wall. Dave Gillen's fixed it up, got the body looking good. A real fine machine.
Slight spin out here, number 4 turn. Everybody back on the track. 84, Rick Schweitzer, coming out of our spectator division, doing an excellent job. 28, Roger Leinert, in an old late model car, 1964 Chevelle. Top runner here at Midvale Speedway in years past.
I see Dave Gillen's having a slight problem handling, Mike. It might be due to the fact he's got brand new tires and they're not broke in yet, and he's skating a little bit out here, but that car looks like it's flying. Dave could give him a run tonight in that feature event.
We look for a real good race in our feature event tonight. We want to remind our viewing audience to come out here to Midvale Speedway and to see the exciting races. Reminder, we only show the preliminary races. To see the feature events, come on out. Nothing like being here.
Also, we might add, Mike, next Saturday night, our late model division will be in a 50-lap feature Memorial Day Championship. We expect a few more cars to turn out. It should be a whale of a race.
I expect to see quite a few more cars here next week, Chris, for our 50-lap Memorial Day Championship. White flag, 1 lap to go. Rich Schweitzer, the leader. 85, Terry Kaler, doing a super job again tonight. I don't think he's finished any further back than 3rd yet this year, has he, Chris? Terry Kaler doing an excellent job.
Yes, he is.
84, Rich Schweitzer, the winner. Second heat of late models. While we're waiting for our 3rd heat, fast heat, real exciting race in our late model division, we'll take a short break and a message from our sponsors.
Nice, Ron Hoopengarner. 58, Kenny Stevens. 55, Joe 9. 5, Doc Dixon. And number 7, Rich Rohr. I'll tell you, Mike, I think Hoopy must have done a pretty good job of working on that thing. He's in the top 5 qualifiers first night out. Mike Gillen still in the lead. George Bowers on the outside. Ron Hoopengarner trying to tuck on the inside.
Hoopy always a strong runner here at Midvale Speedway. 68. Car looking real good so far. 21, Mike Gillen. Son of Dave Gillen. The Racing Gillen family. The leader. 0, George Bowers with the strong move on the outside. 68, Ronnie Hoopengarner. Doing an excellent job so far, driving into the position. 58, Kenny Stevens coming up on the outside. I think we're going to see a different thing in the future tonight, Chris.
Well, in these races here, these guys all get bunched up. There's nowhere for them to go. They need more laps to be able to get around the cars. Stevens trying to work his way up now past Hoopengarner on the outside. Hoopy losing control a little bit. Doc Dixon now flying on the outside.
21, Mike Gillen, the leader. Driving a good race so far. 0, George Bowers on the outside trying to make a move. He just can't get him coming down his straight. He pulls up on Mike's door on the outside in the turn. He can't do it in the straightaway. 58, Kenny Stevens, right on their bumper.
Rich Rohr's moved up into the 4th spot ahead of Dixon. Mike Gillen, George Bowers doing a good job out front, running side by side. I'll tell you, Mike, this is just one example of the racing we have here every Saturday night.
I'd like to remind the fans again, this is just, we only run the preliminary races here on cable TV2. I'd like to invite everybody out here to see the feature event. Right flag, 1 lap to go.
Kenny Stevens dipped inside, got into 2nd place, looking for some room to get inside of Gillen. George Bowers hanging in 3rd on the outside. Dixon slipped in on the inside.
Looks like Mike Gillen's got his car handled a lot better tonight, Chris. The winner of our Fast Heat Late Model Division, number 21, Mike Gillen.
Gillen doing an outstanding job of driving. 3rd place there, Mike, was a photo finish between George Bowers on the outside in the 0 car and number 5, Doc Dixon, one of the strong cars here at Midvale Speedway. So while we're waiting for some more racing action, we'll be back right after this.
To one of our drivers, Kenny, driving down here at Midvale Speedway. Just on your car behind us here, is it a brand new car?
No, just a new paint job. We redid the old car last year. Work on it. Some new tires on it. This basically stuck to the rules.
Division you race in, they got. Okay. Can you explain that to us a little bit?
Well, these are complete stock, straight stock machines. Okay, gentlemen.
Okay.
The weather not too good tonight. No rain, but kind of chilly. We're back here for our late model pursuit. Final race of the to remind our viewing audience, we only do the preliminary races here on TV2. I'd like to invite everybody out here to see our feature events. Some of the best racing here in Eastern Ohio. On the pole, number 211, Jack Peters. 95, Terry Kaler. 05, Dave Gillen. 21, Mike Gillen. 0, George Bowers. 68, Ronnie Hoopengarner. 58, Kenny. 5, Joe 9. 5, Doc Dixon. Qualifier of the evening, 7, Rich Rohr. We're underway. This is our late model pursuit.
And Mike, I'll tell you, Joe 9 didn't waste any time jumping inside of Kenny Stevens.
He put 3 cars out real quick there, Chris.
Sure did. Doc Dixon got eliminated because Stevens and 0 went out.
This is our pursuit race. Once you are passed by the car behind you, you are eliminated. 211, Jack Peters, our leader.
68, Ronnie Hoopengarner been eliminated now by Joe 9.
Joe 9 putting out quite a few cars in only a few laps. Trying to put 21, Mike Gillen out now. Jack Peters running pretty good right now, too. 85, Terry Taylor running second. 05, Dave Gillen. Looks like he's running a little bit better, Chris, in this race.
Yeah, he's handling a little bit better. Number 21, Mike Gillen, just now eliminated by Joe 9 as they continue to pick him off.
Right, I'd like to remind the fans again, this is only preliminary racing. When we get to our feature event, it's something to see. With Joe 9, our top dog right now. I think he's going to have a different story tonight. Here he eliminated another car, 05, Dave Gillen. I think we're going to have an exciting feature tonight. The viewing audience come down here to Mid-Vid Speedway and enjoy the racing.
Jack Peters doing a pretty good job in that big Chevelle of his, Mike. Rich Rohr diving inside of Joe 9. Terry Kaler trying to hold off Joe 9. He couldn't hold on. Jack Peters, Joe 9, Rich Rohr on the inside again, trying to get on 9.
Jack Peters running a real strong race right now. That car is very deceiving. It only weighs 2,600 and some pounds. He's right along with these top runners.
Rich Rohr
is
our winner of our late model pursuit. He just took out 9 and Peters.
Rich Rohr making a fine move coming out of number 3 turn, eliminating 2 cars. I think we're going to see a different story tonight in our feature event. Rich Rohr, the winner of our pursuit race in our late model division.
That about wraps up our television coverage of tonight's program, but like we say, there's a lot more action left here. And you fans out there, try to get out and catch one of these features. Also, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here at Mid-Vid Speedway. Welcome to Mid-Vid Speedway for another night of auto racing here. This edition of Mid-Vid Speedway Racing on TV2 is brought to you by Farmer Smith, Beitner Tires, Pro Trim, United Bank, Malkin Speed Shop, Hill Ford, Hop Body Shop, Brightwood Motors, Speedy Auto Parts, and the High Industrial Supply. On our track tonight, our first race, our helmet dash, 4 fastest qualifiers. And with the lineup, here's Mike Racone.
On the pole, number 58, Kenny Stevens. 55, Joe 9. 5, Doc Dixon. And 7, Rich Rohr, our feature winner last week here at Mid-Vid Speedway.
Kenny Stevens trying to hold off 4-time winner Joe 9 here in our helmet dash. Joe on the outside.
Joe taking the lead. Doc Dixon, our fastest qualifier.
Well, while we got a chance to, Mike, we might mention Doc Dixon leading the feature last week, only to have a piece of his bumper fall off and drag on the track for 3 laps, and he got the black flag, and I'm sure that he would have went on to win the feature last Saturday night.
A tough break for Doc Dixon last week. Like you say, Chris, I think he would have won the feature. He could have stayed in the race. 1 lap to go, Joe 9.
Joe 9's been the man to beat all season, Mike, and probably be right up in the top again tonight. Joe 9 bringing him in for the checker flag, the winner of our helmet dash. Well, I also mentioned too, Mike, tonight we've got 2 new cars on the scene. Delmer Clark driving the Jim Allensworth machine, and a guy that's no stranger here at Mid-Vid Speedway, Mark Malkut, packing the car. Mark was getting that car around there pretty good tonight.
For the first time out, first time ever in this car, Chris. He's doing a heck of a job. Mark might play an important role in our feature event tonight.
Okay, and we'll be back with a little interview, our tonight's interview done with our track official here, Mike Racone, and we'll be back with that right after this.
Midvale Speedway in the employees lounge here, located behind the pit gate. With me is assistant pit steward Mike the Bruiser Racone. Mike, what are your duties and responsibilities here at the Speedway?
Well, my responsibilities here at the track are to run the tower. I take care of all the lineups, and the new assignment I have this year is to weigh in the cars. That's a new rule we have this year. Certain divisions weigh certain, have to weigh a certain weight. And that's one of my responsibilities here at the track.
Okay, how many years have you been working here at Midvale Speedway?
This makes my 9th year here at Midvale Speedway, and every year it gets better, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. Tell us, how does it get better?
The racing I'm talking about. Every year it gets faster. The cars are a lot safer. They look better. Just every year it improves.
Okay, over the 9 years you've been here, what are some of the major rule changes that have come about?
Well, I would say a safety factor is the biggest thing. Cars now are compared to NASCAR, where if you've seen races on television where they've rolled over, hit the wall, and the cars don't come apart. Well, that's what we consider our track here. The cars are they're just outstanding as far as the safety factor. I would say that is the biggest change.
Okay, you as well as Chris Talati are also the announcers for the Midvale Speedway Racing on TV too, are you not?
Right, and we enjoy it a lot. It's really an experience.
You think, who do you think's the best, you or Chris?
I'd rather not say, put either one of us on the spot.
Okay, now, we've just been talking to Mike Racone, assistant pit steward here at Midvale Speedway. Through the magic of television now, I'm going to snap my fingers. I'm going to take you up in the tower on turn number 3 and show you Mike Racone again, who's going to do the races for you. Ready? When I snap my fingers on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
We're back here at Midvale Speedway with our first late model heat of the evening. On the pole, number 2, Kels Thomas. Outside of him, 86, Bob Seward. 87, Mike Egerton. 89, Brett Kitty. 32, Jeff Whitaker. 44, Kenny Vickers. And bringing up the rear, number 84, Rick Schweitzer. Mike had a couple cars still sitting in the pits here having problems. 52, Randy Gray got in a collision here in hot laps, and got a pretty good turnout of cars though tonight in our late model division.
Talk that I heard in the pit there, Chris, before the races started, was that Randy Gray broke an axle, and then he took the car out for qualified. I guess he has the wrong axle in the car, and it was just spinning in the housing, so he's going to have to make some changes here before he comes back out. The number 81, Tim Johnston, I don't know exactly what happened to him, but I didn't see him on the track at all tonight.
Well, they started it up and were having motor problems, so they decided just to load it back up. Our flagman, Eddie Warmack, says 86. Bob Stewart, you're going in too fast. Let's bring them in together. So we'll go one more time around. Our first heat, late model division. A lot of these guys are kind of newcomers to this division this year. A couple veterans, Jeff Whitaker and Kenny Vickers. 86, Bob Stewart trying to jump out to the lead on the outside. Kels Thomas hangs in, and Brett Kitty makes a move on the inside in the 89 car. Kels Thomas in the number 2 car in his first year of late model racing.
Doing a heck of a job so far. Kels Thomas and the number 2 Chevelle, it looks like. We got a spin out here in the first turn. Kels Thomas, 3 cars piled up here in the first turn.
Well, he went in a little hard, and him and Brett Kitty tangled up.
Rich Schweitzer, number 84, making it through that tanglement.
Looks like Kels was a little upset there. Mike threw his helmet in the car and said something to Brett Kitty there. Maybe he felt he didn't get enough room there going into that turn.
Well, like I say, Chris, looked like he went a little bit high coming out of number 1 turn there. Wasn't much room for the other cars, anywhere for them to go.
Our track crew right on the scene here, Roy King and his auto wrecking crew, who do a fine job here for us every Saturday night at Speedway. So while we're waiting on them to get them relined up, we'll take a time out for a word from our sponsors.
So we're back here with our first late model heat. We had a spin out here in our first turn with 3 cars. 2 cars coming out of the race. 1 car coming out of the race. 89-44 back in it. Looking for a restart on this time around. Might get a little bit chilly up here tonight, Chris, as soon as the sun goes down.
Well, it's been a beautiful day, but the weatherman says in the 50s tonight. So I want to say it's nice to have some nice weather here once in a while. Most of the time this year we've seen that precipitation and just don't care for that.
We're racing one more time here in our first late model heat. Jeff Whitaker on the outside, number 32, trying to make a move. 84, Rich Schweitzer taking over 3rd position. Kenny Vickers moving up into the 4th spot. Whitaker getting a little bit loose in number 2 turn. Rich Schweitzer making a strong move to take over the lead. Coming up on the outside.
Well, right now, Mike, both cars, 87 and 84, both guys from Barnhill. So we've got the Barnhill Bash here.
84, Rich Schweitzer taking over the lead.
Cross flags. Well, I mentioned that to our race fans. When the flagman crosses the green and the white flag, that means the race is halfway gone.
That's good to know, especially for the novice race fan who don't understand the flags at all.
Jeff Whitaker getting spun out here in the 3rd turn. The yellow light comes out.
Yellow light. 84, Rich Schweitzer, our leader.
Jeff Whitaker getting spun out here by number 44, Kenny Vickers. They tangled a little bit. Whitaker went sideways.
Rich Schweitzer doing an excellent job moving out of our spectator division into the late model division. Leading the race right now in our first late model heat.
I think we might have to send Wishbone after the jackets here tonight, Mike, up here in the tower. It's a little chilly.
We'll send our roving man in the pits, Wishbone Shamel, down to get the jackets. As soon as the sun goes down, it's going to get a little bit nippy out here.
Can't be as bad as it was last night. We went to the races down in St. Clairsville, and it was really cold down there.
44 degrees. It's just a little bit chilly here in the middle of the summer. But we invite all the race fans to come out here at Midvale Speedway and enjoy all the hot racing.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know where you can get more for your money, Mike. Last Saturday night, we had 17 racing events here. That's just a lot of racing. Tonight, we have Kiddies Night. All the kids will get a ride in the stock cars. Next Saturday night, our Firecracker 100, 250-lap features for our late model division.
We're racing again. Number 84, Rich Schweitzer, the leader. Kenny Vickers dropping back to 4th. I think once Rich Schweitzer gets a few weeks under his belt, Chris, he's going to be a top contender here at Midvale Speedway. The car sounds real strong, looks good. I think we'll see some real improvements out of Rich Schweitzer. I'd like to remind the race fans we're only doing our preliminary events here tonight. I'd like to invite everybody out to see the exciting feature events in all 3 divisions here at Midvale Speedway. 1 lap to go, white flag. Rich Schweitzer of Barnhill, the leader in the first late model heat. Number 84, Rich Schweitzer, the winner. Close race there for 4th position, Chris, between 32 and 44.
Looked like 32 beat him there at the wire, so Jeff Bittaker pulls into a 4th position. We might add about next Saturday night's big racing program, Mike, with the addition to our 2 50-lap features for our late model division. We'll be running a full program of spectator stocks and figure eights, and we'll also have the big event of the year for the little kids, ages 4, 5, and 6, our annual big wheel race with an $800 scholarship at age 18 going to the winner. And I tell you, Mike, when we see these little kids out here, it's just fantastic.
See these kids come out here on these big wheels, starting at the flagman, going around half of the figure 8 track. They get about halfway around, their feet look like motors going around. They're just pumping their little hearts out, trying to win that race.
Okay, we'll be back with more auto racing from Midvale Speedway right after this.
Welcome back to Midvale Speedway for our second heat of late models. Here with the lineup is Chris Delotti.
Okay, our 2 front cars, 77, Mayor Schwartz, 27, Boyd Gum, 21, Mike Gillen, 17, Bob Shepner, 211, Jack Peters, 68, Ronnie Hoopengarner, and 25, Tom Smith. And Mike, Mayor Schwartz, and Boyd Gum really holding him up right now.
Mayor Schwartz not doing too bad of a job in the late model. He, like a few other guys that moved up to the late model division, just need a few weeks experience.
Driving one of the few Chrysler products out here, the Plymouth Barracuda. Mike Gillen now making a move on the outside, challenging for that position. Mike Gillen in the 21 car, pulling on the outside. Tom Smith now moves up to 5th.
27, Boyd Gum in 3rd position. 25, Tom Smith moving up to 4th.
Tom Smith's really flying on that outside. He's really had that car tuned up the last few weeks, Mike.
Doing an excellent job.
Mike Gillen takes the lead.
25, Tom Smith moving up, putting on a challenge for 2nd position with Bear Schwartz.
Ronnie Hoopengarner now moving up on the outside.
25, Tom Smith taking over 2nd position. 68, Ronnie Hoopengarner moving up on the outside. Bear Schwartz getting a little bit loose coming out of number 1 turn.
Hoopengarner now trying to move into the 4th position, battling with Boyd Gum.
White flag, 1 lap to go. 21, Mike Gillen. 25, Tom Smith. Looks like Bear Schwartz might hold on to 3rd position.
Ronnie Hoopengarner trying on the inside, and Jack Peters and Bob Shepner tangle a little bit, and Peters goes around over here in the 4th turn, but our 2nd heat winner, Mike Gillen from New Philly in the Haas Body Shop, Ron J. Bird Camaro.
While we're waiting for our fast heat in the late model division, we'll take a short break and a message from our sponsors. Another seasoned veteran here at Midvale Speedway from years back, Delmer Clark. 03, Lonnie Vaughn. 58, Kenny Stevens. 55, Joe 9. 7, Rich Rohr. And our fastest qualifier tonight, number 5, Doc Dixon.
And Mike, I'll tell you what, Mark Malkett on the pole, driving the car that was formerly driven by Smoke Erickson. First time in the car. Delmer Clark driving the number 3 car, first time in the car. I look for some exciting racing here.
This ought to be a good race. give Mark a few laps, he's going to be tough to pass. Because he's got a good machine under him and a seasoned veteran. I don't know of any other guy, Chris, in recent years that knows this track better than Mark Malkin.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, after qualifying, they had some problems. And I saw Mark and his crew pull in down here on the cement pad. And they did some adjustments on this car for handling. And I'll tell you what, there isn't anybody can put the car around here any better than he can. So look out tonight in that feature.
Not only have Mark's experience in driving the car, we also have his experience in setting up cars, too. Him along with his brother, Brad. An exciting race team to watch.
Red Evans hanging right in there in the number 10 car, right on Malkin's bumper, lap after lap. Lonnie Vaughn, Joe 9, moving up. I noticed Kelmer Clark, Mike, he's having a little problem in 1 and 2 turn, but when he gets it down, he'll be there. Red Evans goes by Mark Malkin to take the lead in our heat race.
Exciting race for first position between number 10 Red Evans and number 65 Mark Malkin. I wouldn't be surprised within the next few weeks if we see Mark here with his own car. Mark racing in the super late model division. Of course, there isn't very many tracks around this area anymore running that division. A lot of the guys moving over from the super lates over to our late model division. But what we seen last night, Chris, over at St. Clairsville Speedway, those cars considered super lates running on dirt. We have quite a few cars here tonight to give those guys a race.
I'll tell you, Mike, if you take a look out here at the quality of these cars, all these cars are very nicely built. Most of them have good paint jobs, real good-looking cars out here at Mid-Vid Speedway every week.
Number 10, Red Evans, still the leader. 65, Mark Malkin, getting closer and closer. Martin Red in the turns is where he's catching him at, down the straightaways. They're about even. 03, Lonnie Vaughn moving up to third. 55, Joe 9, and fourth position. The winner of our fast heat in the late model division, number 10, Red Evans. 65, Mark Malkin. 03, Lonnie Vaughn. And 55, Joe 9.
Red Evans showing a lot of power tonight in that number 10 car, Mike. Car's hooking up, going around the corners. Did a real fine job. Mark Malkin, first time out. Testing the car out there. Hey, Redbone beat him, no doubt about it. Slipped inside of him. Drove a real fine race. He deserved to win that one. But we got a lot of hot iron here tonight. We'll be back with more racing from Midvale Speedway right after this.
Eliminated from the race.
Again, mention that next Saturday night, our Firecracker 100, 2 50-lap races for our late model division. Also our big wheel race for kids 4, 5, and 6 with an $800 scholarship at age 18 going to the winner. A full program of racing plus 2 50-lap features, big wheel race, a lot of excitement here next Saturday night.
Should be a very exciting night here at the one and only Midvale Speedway.
Well, it'll be interesting to see now how Malkin handles in this race, Mike. It looked like he was getting a little better as that heat race progressed, so we'll have to keep our eye out, watch what he does here.
Coming around for the green. We're racing to 11, Jack Peters.
Ronnie Hoopengarner right behind him, looking to get on the inside, trying to duck down in.
Scrambling going on in the back of the pack. 58, Kenny Stevens moving to the outside. Mark Malkin trying to get his nose in on the third position. Number 10, Red Evans looking real strong. 58, Kenny Stevens trying to eliminate somebody on the outside. 68, Ronnie Hoover 7, Jack Peters bumper. Looks like Mark's still fighting that steering wheel coming out of number 4 turn here, Chris. Might take a few more laps, but I still look for something out of him in the feature event.
Joe 9 trying to eliminate Kenny Stevens. Can't get rid of him.
Oh, they bumped each other. They bumped each other.
Got him. He just got him.
They bumped each other coming out of the number 4 turn.
Ron Hoopengarner trying to every which way to get Jack Peters. Tom Smith now trying to move on the inside of Hoopengarner. Mark Malkett now pulling outside of Smith, and Red Evans pulling inside of him. A real battle here in our pursuit race. Mark Malkett hanging on the outside. Red Evans trying to get him on the inside, trying to eliminate him.
Still fighting that steering wheel, Chris. We can see him from our vantage point here in the tower. Speaking of number 65, Mark Malkett. Showing a lot of power coming down the straightaways, Chris. That's 65.
Jack Peters hanging on the lead. Hoopengarner hanging in second. Nine cars still remaining. Doc Dixon trying to get it on the side of Rich Rohr. Delmer Clark and Joe 9 battling in the back. One heck of a race. White flag. One more lap.
1 lap to go. We still have 9 cars. 9 cars in our pursuit race. We only start 10.
Delmer Clark got a little sideways. Joe 9 gets by him. 8 cars left. Rich Rohr now on the inside of 9.
Looks like Mark Malkett's getting a flat tire on the right front.
Jack Peters,
checkered flag.
Jack Peters hangs on to win our late model pursuit. Second place went to Ron Hoopengarner. Third, Tom Smith. And fourth to Mark Malkett. One whale of a race, Mike. I tell you, this upcoming feature is going to be one Jim Dandy race.
We'd like to remind our race fans, this will be our last race we broadcast here on TV2 tonight. We'd like to invite all our fans out to see our exciting feature events in our late model spectator and figure 8 event.
And while we've got a moment here, I'd like to also thank our weekly sponsors here at Midvale Speedway.
Speedway for another exciting night of late model racing. Here we are with our late model dash. On the pole, number 5, Doc Dixon. 55, Joe 9. Number 6, Greg Gallagher. And our fastest qualifier of the evening, number 7, Rich Rohr. Doc Dixon looking real strong tonight. Had some bad luck last week. Could have won our second leg of the 100-lap feature that we had here at Midvale Speedway. Doc running real strong tonight. Might have a different story in the feature tonight, Chris. Doc looks real strong.
Well, Joe 9 doesn't look like he's running as strong as he was last week. Rich Rohr and Doc Dixon look right now like the 2 guys to beat tonight.
Sitting here watching the qualifying tonight, looked like everybody was running a little bit slower than last week. Doc putting on a real good show so far. And the winner of our late model dash, number 5, Doc Dixon. Second, number 7, Rich Rohr. Third, 55, Joe 9. And bringing up the tail, number 6, Greg Gallagher. While we're waiting for our first heat in the late models to hit the track, we'll take a short break. A message from our sponsors.
On the pole, 13, Greg Bland. 77, Bear Schwartz. 442, Dave King. 89, Brett Kitty. 52, Randy Gray. 43, Bob Mosky. 00, Jim Gallagher. And number V2, Gary Marinelli. First time out for 2 cars here tonight. 3 cars here tonight, Mike. Greg Bland, Jim Gallagher, and a newcomer to the division, Bob Mosky from St. Clairsville.
Just like we said at the beginning of the season, Chris, we were looking for new cars about every week. And tonight we've got 3 new ones. So each week we're getting new machines. for a better racing program. Number 43 running at St. Clairsville, first time here at Mid-Vid Speedway. And number 13, Greg Glenn, was here last year, but this is the first time out for this year. And 00, Jim Gallagher. Looking for the green flag this time around. 13 and 77, bringing them into the flag. Looking for the green this time around. And we're racing once more. 77, Bear Schwartz. Pointing a commanding lead, coming by the flagman. Trying to pick up his first checkered flag of the year. Is 77. 442, Dave King, taking over second position. 13 and 43, putting on a battle for third spot. 43 went by him. Like he was sitting still there, Chris, going past the flag.
Well, 43's got a few handling problems to work out, but the car looks to me like it's a pretty good running machine. Gary Marinelli now moving up to fourth place. He's got a nice Camaro there. He's had a few problems the last couple of weeks here trying to get the bugs worked out of it.
77, Bear Schwartz, the leader. Running pretty good so far. 442, Dave King putting on a good show. P2, Gary Marinelli moving into fourth spot. Starting out our program tonight, we had 3 feature events that were rained out last week here at Mid-Vid Speedway. So altogether tonight we're going to have 18 racing events. We're only going to broadcast our preliminary events. I'd like to invite all our racing fans to come out here to Mid-Vid Speedway, not only for our racing program, but our entertaining intermission shows.
Gary Marinelli now moving in third place. Bear Schwartz with a comfortable lead here. Is Plymouth Barracuda. Dave King doing a good job holding on to second place.
Dave King doing an excellent job so far. About the best we've seen him run this year.
Bear Schwartz just got the black flag, Mike. Must be running over his time trial.
I think he wasn't running too good in this qualifying.
Coming in for the checkered flag, and Dave King is going to pick up his first win in the late model division.
Dave King doing an excellent job here in our first late model heat.
Well, Bear was having a little difficulty in qualifying, Mike. And they had the clock on him. Caught him 2 laps in a row going. The rule is you can't go more than 2,500 over your qualifying time, and he's exceeded that 2 laps in a row, so he gets the black flag. And Dave King takes home the checker flag in our first late model heat. And we'll be back with more auto racing from Mid-Vid Speedway right after this.